you for your comments on our ongoing economic transformation. We are so thrilled to have you here. Just a couple more comments as far as the resolution. I'd like to invite City Manager Tim Camiso.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be really quick. What I wanted to do is just acknowledge, I think today we really wanted to do this, in a way that we couldn't do it last night. Some of you that were at council, we went back into deal with an item, so we weren't finished by about 11. So what we really want to do is have the team here, provide the information, provide you with the package, and I appreciate that. The yellow page is the motion that council approved. I think it's important to understand what it means, and I don't want to curb any enthusiasm, but it's a step, and Gary, you mentioned that it's an important step, but that's what it is. We still got work ahead of us. The non-binding confidential letter of intent, what that is it just forms what the relationship will be and how we move forward. It will go to council confidentially. I know the mayor and Councilor Roberto Ramos support. We will do what we can to make as much information public, but it needs to go to council as the basis for potential agreement. But following that, I really hope that we will make that available or share as much information as we can, and I know council supports that, so I just wanted to be clear about that. The other thing is we've been working on this project for 4.5 years now, so it's not like this is something that has just happened. This is another step along the way, and it'll obviously take more years, but having said that, and I can echo Councilor Roberto Ramos' comments, we're very positive about the phase 3 component of this project receiving funding at both levels, federal and provincial. So I want to just be clear on that. This is not speculation on our part. This is, we don't have that money in hand, but we're expecting it shortly, quite frankly. So I want to be clear, that's for the phase 3. That's not to build the facility. That's to move it forward in a more detailed level of design and finish the business plan. So Val, I just wanted to make those comments. I appreciate that's more on the business side, but I'm sure everybody wants to ask questions, so thank you.
I'm sure there's a great list of questions from the media as well. Many of you probably have the same questions, so I want to start it out with a moderated format and then give you a chance to have one-on-one interviews. Does anybody want to start?
What's the cost estimates for the project?
Tim?
So at this point, it's tied back to the phase 2 feasibility study. So the estimates that we have with all of the numbers, and we've broken them down in more detail, is that $106 million total figure. One of the things with having BDB, I mean, they're very skilled. They will be looking at the design. I'm not going to speak for Chris O'Reilly, but they obviously will be applying their due diligence. My understanding, and Mike can speak to this more, the next phase is to get us to about a 20% design level. And based on that, you can do more detailed costing. But I think it's fair to say we are not looking for anything in addition to what has already been in phase 2. And I think there's a comfort level around that number with the group.
Mike, did you want to add anything to that? Okay. Next question?
How fast can we go on to the next phase?
How fast can we go on to the next phase?
Well, I think this is where, we've identified April 14th, we want to go back to council with the letter of intent. And the letter of intent should outline some timelines, because we'll have a chance to really look at it, and quite frankly, we'll have a better sense of where the feds and the province are.
Probably just want
Pardon me?
you probably want to stay close. Next question. Source? TKBR? DBTV?
There's a pretty comprehensive list of Q&As there that answer the major questions, but this is your opportunity to get comments and quotes from our representatives from Thunder Bay Live. Did you want to ask anything of Gary or Tom?
Well,
Chris O'Reilly?
for our purposes, it's probably better if we do one-on-ones. Like,
Okay.
that's useless audio for me to update right now. So.
Okay. So let's open it up for one-on-ones. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Exciting times, eh?
Let's be serious.